Okay, so what I explained is understood. You want me to repeat? Should I repeat again?
Yes, I understand.
See, the macro, the function you can use for any purpose. Means when you want to execute, for example, let us say we created this close form, right? Now, or while you are here, you want to open another form. Let us say another, let me take another example. So you are in the form here, and you want to create, you want to open report from here. Okay, you don't want to go, say you go here. Before create a report, or you want to open report, what do? You close this one and go to report menu, right? You go to report menu. But while you are doing a entry, let us say you are going entry, say you are in cable design menu, and you are making data entry, and you want to create a report directly, don't want to jump. For this purpose, you can do a macro, or no need of macro also. You come here and give a button here, report button. So let us go to design sheet, design view, go to design view. Now click here, bring this button here and click this button here. Okay, now you have a report, go to preview report. Okay, say next, and design sheet report, for example, this is report, and say text preview report design sheet. Means whatever the objects you have, you can put anywhere you want, give the name, and then bring this one wherever you want. So just go, you can select here, save it. Okay, you can close the form, and then let us say again open this one. So you created a button here, right? This button, click this one, it will open a report for you. So you don't need to go there, you can have the things here. Okay, and basically if you go here, design, and click this button, right mouse click and say properties. You see here you will find one, because the database is based on the programming only. This is entirely is programming, but the programming is backend, so you don't see it. When you go to the button event, what is saying here, when you click the button, it is executing a macro. You see here, it is executing macro. So it is writing the macro on its own. The software is providing a option to you. Say, if you drop down, it is giving you what are the macros available. And for this, it's already created macro. But if you, there is a 3 dot buttons here. If you click this one, you see it is opening a macro here. What macro? Design sheet request. What is the view? Print view. Okay. Do you have any conditions? No conditions. See, this is how when you add a button, actually it is macro. No, you want to create, like you take a button and you want to, that itself you want to create a macro. What you can do is you go to design, say this one button, you don't select anything, okay, cancel it. So you have a button here, you see this button, you can create yourself a macro. Say double click this one. When double click, it is opening, you see here, format, data, event. Now you see when you select event, it is saying on click. So when you click, what do you want to do? That you can write it here. Okay, there is a say here, for example, here if you double click, it is saying you, do you want to build a macro, do you want to expression builder, do you want a code builder? If you say code builder, it will open a soft the Visual Basic screen. So you can write here, for example, you want to write a command, if okay, me dot, there is a software part. Okay, this part is advanced, so you don't need to go into that particular segment unless you are familiar with other things. So just I'm showing you what are the options available here. You can create Visual Basic technology. If you have, you can create here events programming, and also these functions where you use it. For example, it's saying on last focus, on double click, on mouse down, mouse up, okay, mouse. These all functions are useful, very useful. Let us see. For example, you have this file. Okay, now this is the tab. If you go to next tab, you are going here, right? like you move the, you can move the mouse. You can create a macro to change the color, for example, or to fill this one. All this you can do using the options here. Say you go to design, okay, right mouse click and say properties. Now my mouse is on this one, okay. Now what I am saying, after update of the, for example, after updating this one, I update the code. I want some action to be taken. For example, any action to be taken, you can select here. I want the user to be opened, this file to be opened. What I'm saying, understand? Huh? Suppose I selected this one, cable code, okay? I put the icon here. And then I have the property sheet. Then I will go to event. So what is the event? After I update, means after I fill the code, I want to add a new user. Let us say this is my requirement. So I select a macro, I create a macro. Okay. So when I go out of this field to this field, it will open the file I created earlier. So let us try this and what happens. Okay. You understand what I say? Is it clear what I'm saying? Okay, let us go here.
Yes, sir.
Let us go here. Now I said I will create a new, let me take a new record. Huh? So I'll just say new, say data sheet number, say I'll say D1000. Okay. Now I enter the code 5000, some random number. Okay. Now what I said, see, the moment I go out, it is opening the form for me. I didn't do anything. Huh? I didn't click any button. Just I came here, and the moment I try to go to other tab, just I say tab, it gives you the one. But now see, already entered, so it's not opening. For example, I go to next record. Huh? I go to next record. Now this is empty record. Just see what happens action. So I created another one, E1000. Okay, this is a code. And cable code, I'm saying 9000, 9000, 9000, for example. Now, after this, I'm not doing anything. Just I'm going to tab. It is opening the username. So I'm adding here XYZ, anything, some user is there. So just enter. So this is the power of macro, or how we use the functions of macro. Okay, you have anything me to repeat? Tell me. Is it clear what I said? It's explained macro. It's clear how macro works.
This last section, sir, one more time need, but it's confused.
This one, huh? Okay, for example, you have the icons here. Okay, now you have the several fields here. Okay, now you have the you are entering, for example, design sheet number, cable code, and cable description. You are entering. Now you want to an additional function. Say, for example, after you come to say somebody, let me delete this one. Let us say, let me delete this so you have an idea probably. Let me delete this one. Say you are creating a new design sheet, and there is somebody new person, and you want him to record who is he creating. So he started creating a code, say F100. This is a design sheet number, and he created a cable code, say 49000, some cable code he created. Now, when he is creating, you want to capture his name, who created. What is the option you have? You can add the name before even he enters the database, or now he started entering the data, but I want now to capture his name. Now there is no field here, name field here, right? There is no name field here. So I want to add his name into the user. Say he's the entry guy. So I created a macro. That macro, how I create a macro? You go to design. Okay. Now I want to tell to the program, okay, the moment the person, double click this one here. So it is giving a pop-up property sheet. You see here. So what I'm saying to the program, after the person enters a cable code, please ask him to enter the name, where he will use the macro muser. You see here. So out of the two macros, I use the macro, which will open the file of users. Where is users file? This is the file. So the users file, say this users file, these are the users. So if any user, new user comes, I want the name to be appearing in this one without directly going to this one. Is it clear now so far? So what I want to define, I'm defining a macro. I'm trying to show you how a macro is useful to you. Okay. So what I want to do when a person updates, or no, I don't want here updating here after update, but I want before updating this field, I want him to be entering the data, user data. Means whatever the options are given here, all these options, you can use it to open any other form, any other report, anything you can use it. Or otherwise, let us say, we can say another option. So for example, if you double click, I want to be adding the name. So if you go to this tab and double click here, I want him to open the form, the one we did before. Or otherwise, I want to say if mouse is down, means if I use the mouse to next one, I want it to open. Then you can link it to the macro. For example, let us say mouse down. Let us say if mouse is down from this field, then I need one macro to be opened. Say this macro to be opened. Okay. Now I select that one there from event. Now I will close this one, save it. Let us see if it works or not. Okay, I open this one, and then say let me create the one here. Say x1000. Let us see what happens. Okay, so the moment I click, it is going on. The moment I mouse click, it is opening the form without even entering. So on mouse click, it is saying okay. On mouse click, it is going to open the user's form. Say now, if I say tab or mouse click, it is taking. This is what the macro purpose. You can use this whichever the field you want. Okay, so whichever the field you want, you can use it after update, before update, on click. This is what I mean, macro. Understood, or you need something for more explanation?
Yeah, now understand. Okay.
Okay. Now, this is how all the different objects of database. Now you will be able to now actually create your own without much means a very simple databasing page. So let us see the other other options. Okay, so let me quit this one. Now if you want to use, you don't want to create a database your own. Okay, let me close this one also. You want to create a database directly from the available databases in the Access. So you go to Access, let us open Access. You can see it, you can see the screen, right? Do you see the screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you see here is a blank, okay? We start with the blank database. So let us say, I don't want to start with the blank database, but I want to use the database available in the Access, the default databases. So you see here on the top of the screen, you have several options here. See here, business, industry. There are several options, personal, contacts. They have grouped already. They have some default databases. Let us try to see how they are useful. Let us say take business. So it will give you what are the databases already available. For if you take a business, what is showing here? Asset tracking, task management, event management. Now, suppose say you take again, go back, industry. If you say industry, okay, it is giving you event management, Northwind asset database. So Northwind is one of the sample databases they created to show example how to create database. And then personal, if you say personal, it gives a few other options. What is asset tracking? I think each computer, I think, has a different options. But for example, you take anything, you want to take any one of them, okay? Say business, you go to business. So it is showing you contacts. Let us say you want to create a contacts. You want to create a contacts database. You don't need to create from the from the scratch. You select this one, for example. So it is showing you this is a contacts database. Okay, should I create 2013 app or an Access desktop database saying, okay, now it is saying you location, where do you want to create it? So it is giving a name here. So let me say contacts. Let us say it's contacts. So I will use the default. See what happens, how it is creating. Say create. So you see here, please wait while Microsoft Access prepares the database. You see here, now we didn't do anything. It created a, even the, you see, it is giving welcome to contacts database. Okay, get started. So they give a, you see here the table is created, two tables are there, query is there, and then you have the forms, you have the reports. You see here. So like you want to add here, see the new, it's saying when you click new, it is giving all forms are created. This is how, and you can use existing databases and you can modify them. But if you want to create specifically for your own area, you will not find it. But what they have given is general databases. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is default template like that, sir. Normally, you just no need to create this template you are showing this one, na? This
Yes, no need to create.
like
It's
that.
already the Access has got several. For example, you say new, okay? Now there are several databases. If you click database, you see how many databases are here. Northwind, issue tracking, expense. Suppose you want to create expense reports, for example. Okay, so it is a general database. It will have a general thing. For example, your student database. You have assets. You want to assets, register assets. So it's, for example, select this one. Create. Okay, now it will ask you create a file name, and it will store to you. Just if you say, for example, simply say create. You see what it's doing? It is creating so it's the system already they created, so it is simply copying into your computer. Already available. Microsoft created some of the default databases. You see here how it all the menu, everything came. See here.
Yes.
Okay, this is the one which will be useful in case if you have any of the database you want to use it. Okay. Okay. Any questions? I think we have covered almost all the topics, but not in depth. It gives you a brief idea what is the Access and how it can be used. Wherever you have a lot of data to be entered, this will be much a handy tool. Like we are using Excel, this is one of the application softwares. Okay. So I'm not going much more detail until you are familiar with the things, and then it will be much more interesting for you if you go on adding Dolphin. So I actually want to conclude this session with this. With this session, I want to close the database training. If you further need, just let me know. Otherwise, we can close this one. And then what I would do is time to time, probably I will try to add some of the advanced features as a separate recording, offline recording, and I'll try to post it there.